right now.
Exactly. Learn how to edit, bro. Tell me how I fucking finished editing a video for my channel, my personal channel. I finished editing it, and I'm watching the video. I'm watching it, right, and it's freaking. You can see the audio delayed in the exported. I can't say the word, but you see the video in the final product. You see the video audio delayed, and then when you go back to the editing place, it's not
It's in
delayed there.
sync. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Mm.
God, it's with editing. It's just one problem after the another, and it's like, oh, I can't freaking. But welcome you guys to what is this episode
Episode 1
8?
of
No, it's between 1 and 8. It's also it's out of no name right now, no name pod right now, or next up pod, depending how if you'll figure out next Tuesday. If we'll see
Exactly.
next Tuesday. But anyways, I am your co-host, Anthony, following up with my other co-host, Cam.
What's
And
up?
then we got another guest here today, fucking Isaac. Isaac, what's your rap name, Isaac? What's your rap name?
It's A1Z3K. It's literally my name, just with numbers.
Got
integrated.
you, bro. Got you, bro.
I don't care if you say A1Z3K or Isaac. I really don't care.
Got you, bro.
That's right.
Got you, bro. But how you feeling, boy? How you feeling?
I'm straight. Had a really tough couple of weeks. You know, kid was homeless for literally 5 days straight because my dad was big tripping about Corona.
Got you.
Mm.
So let me tell you a little side tangent.
Yeah,
Fine
you
little
Got you,
story.
bro.
So yeah, we're in the middle of a storm, right?
Mm-hmm.
My building loses power. I ride it out for like an hour and a half. Phone's about to die. I have an ex who lives just down the street. I was just like, hey, can I go charge my phone? You know, phone's about to die, and you know, I'm not gonna be in a powerless house doing nothing until like the next day. So, you know, I go charge my phone. Then my dad calls. He's just like, where are you at? I said I was at my ex's. He starts going crazy because I'm at someone else's crib. But mind you, I had to get tested for Rona before I could go back to work.
Mm.
And I was always at Shorty's crib all the time. So if me and her are sucking face and I still get tested negative
Got
is
you, bro.
any sign to not worry, especially since her mom has a job where she needs to get tested every day. I don't see why. I don't see what the issue is. Then I got kicked out, and then had to live nocturnally 5 days straight until I got tested again, and then I was able to be back home.
That's what's up, bro. It be
That's
like
what's
that
up,
sometimes.
man.
It be like that sometimes, bro. Had
Yeah.
that. Shout out to parents not understanding. You know what I mean?
Never.
It's like they act like, you know what's the funniest thing? Parents sometimes act like they was never young too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they wasn't doing these things, or like sometimes you should, as a parent, you should just sit down and have a conversation and try to understand the other side instead of being like, no, you're young, you don't understand at all. You know what I mean? Just like with me and Cam and doing this indoor one, like coming to somebody's house, coming to my house and having a setup and recording in person. Got hit that at the end of the day, got hit that I don't go nowhere. And where my mom works, she has to get tested to make sure she doesn't have it. And how she has, her immune system and all that, she can't afford to get it. So like at the end of the day, it's the safest place, just like your house. Everybody's house is the safest place because we all want to be secure during these tough times. So at the end of the day, you got to stop as a parent and be like, oh man, I don't understand why I can't connect with my son or understand with my son, but you got to just listen. You know what I mean? Because sometimes they be telling you the exact thing you need to hear to believe that they're telling the truth. So I understand what you're
Oh,
saying.
and then also, like, I am in Rhode Island. Not only am I in the fucking smallest state in the country, I'm also from Central Falls, which is the smallest city in the smallest state in the country. It's 1 square city mile. That's the entire Central Falls area. So keep that in mind that we are the highest rated for Corona. I'm still coming out negative. And plus, even that, I have to work. I work literally down the street from where I live at Advanced Auto Parts. So, like, the chance of me getting it, regardless of how safe I am, is pretty fair. So, I don't know, just kicking me out for a whole week was so unnecessary. Especially since, like, my dad didn't even wait until I got my results, even though they came out negative again. he just sent me to my room and like quarantined me. I'm like, couldn't have done this the first night. Like, you know, me being homeless for like 5 days straight, I had to pay for a fucking motel room. I had to go somewhere. Like, like
Exactly.
you
You
know.
like that, bro.
So
But
that took a hole in my pocket.
got you.
You
Well, I
know,
know
that,
you.
that reminds
Go
me
ahead, bro.
of a time where we wanted to go to JID and Logic's concert with
Yes.
Corday.
With Corday, the 3 up and coming artists of that time, and got hit that. I was told, got hit that. It's funniest thing though, how situation works is like I was the September I turned 18, right? The
Mhm.
concert was in like November, and I was like, Mom, I'm going to this concert. I'm gonna pay my money to go to
Exactly.
this concert. And she said to me, you're living in my house, you're following my rules. And I'm like,
What's that have to do with anything with the concert?
I didn't even do. Because in her mind, concert means a lot of kids my age that might do dumb shit, you know, with weapons. But I'm like, dude, I'm going to the American Airlines Arena. It's an arena in the year 2019. Who's getting in there with a gun? Please tell me.
Let me remind you who the acts are, because my mom was like, it's gonna be violent over there. It's
These are people
JID,
promoting
Logic,
like
and Corday.
bro, Logic's whole motto is peace, love, and positivity, bro. Like,
Gotta hit that. Gotta hit that. There's no little in the names. There's no the babies in the name. It's just Corday, KID, and fucking Logic.
bro, Corday, Logic, and Jid are all like some of the most like conscious rappers
Exactly.
that are similar to our age demographic and group and all that shit. Like,
Gotta hit
what?
that.
They're
You know the
promoting
funniest
like
thing?
higher thinking.
Exactly. You know what's the funniest thing? None of them ever listened to the music. Go ahead, Dad. You never even listened to not one song from the thing, but you go off of what you hear in the public eye and what you seen when you was growing up.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like at some point you gotta realize that time is changing. You know what I mean? You gotta realize, like, yo, at the end of the day, I remember when I was watching this interview with President Barack Obama, the previous one, and he said, yo, I'm looking at my kids and they're so much smarter and so much innovated and so much created than us than we will ever been. And I was like, that comes with the times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see more of kids being more creative and don't
Because we're
want
just
to.
exposed to more information overall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With our phone and technology, we see more and we experience more than y'all had ever had when y'all was our age. You know, all you had was the stuff you seen in front of you. Y'all didn't have technology. All you had was the little TV and the magazine that
Bro,
y'all
exactly.
got
Like my uncles, bro. Like they was telling me how like they had no source of like growing up, I was hella into video games. I still kind of am, but I fell off, you know, different interests. But like they did not know about any E3, any new games, new consoles until that Game Informer magazine came in like every month or whatever.
Right. Exactly.
So like they had to wait months. They had to wait for fucking shipping through like any mail service. Meanwhile, Trump just got assassinated. Like, it's that easy. We just pick up our phones and we're exposed to new information every day.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Every
true.
single day. Fucking 2 feet away. And it's funny. It's so funny though. Because
It's a double-edged sword though.
That too. But I know it's another crazy thing. I was talking to my mom about my personal channel with the gaming. And I was editing. And I was like, yo, Mom, come here. I wanted to show her this cool effect I learned. And she's looking at it. And then you show, like, she didn't understand none of it. I'm cracking up showing her this. And she's just standing there like, I don't
Turns
get it.
into a lecture.
Exactly. I don't get it. And I show Cam the exact same video and he's crying laughing. You know what I mean? And just show you how far the generation is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the thing with that, when it comes to the technology, when they be like, oh, you're on the phone, you're on the game too long, stuff like that, it's like you can't blame us. Your generation made the internet for us to be on. Like, what?
It's your fault.
Exactly. You know the funniest thing is, if they had the same exact technology that we have today, they would be doing the exact same thing.
Nah, they'd be worse because that shit would be even more crazier to them. Because with us, we seen the build up at like the peak because we were born at the start of the new age, so we're exposed to everything coming out gradually. Like we seen PS2 graphics of PS3, which blew our minds, then PS1, which blew our minds, the next gen that are blowing our minds now.
Exactly. You know, it's crazy when
like
I
we're
see
going
those
crazy
graphics.
over reflections.
Exactly. When I see those graphics, like people enjoyed this game. When I see the freaking first PlayStation graphics, I'm like, people went crazy over this.
Got that one control? What the?
Nah, but you gotta respect what they did. Like
exactly.
One thing I'll always respect on the PS1 is the Silent Hill series, bro. Like thinking of like the fog to like blur everything out to hide the limitations of the PS1, but still like releasing a captivating and just like just crazy ass experience.
Exactly.
Like, bro, I think there was one person who worked on the cutscenes by himself for 4 years straight. No other people. He was in an office by himself, full of computers, and he did all the cutscenes by himself because of like something about funding.
Gotcha.
That's like crazy though.
Gotcha. Got that. And you know what another thing is? I was looking at it. You look at the dudes like Jeff Bezos, who made Amazon, and where that started from his garage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now it's a multi-billion-dollar company, almost $1 trillion company. The man was selling books from a garage. You ever thought to himself, like his parents ever came to him and be like, "Oh, this never gonna work out"?
No, because what was I listening to? I was in the car one day. I think it was NPR radio, and it had the person on Netflix in there that made Netflix, and he was like, he went to his mom with the idea, and his mom just gave him some money to start it up. So it's like it varies, and they were saying how when you make something, it starts first with the people you know and family members, then it just exceeds from there.
Exactly, it takes off, bro. It takes off. Well, I wanted to talk to Isaac. I wanted to ask him, as somebody who's up and coming, I want to know, what are you working on? You know what I mean? During these quarantine times, are you building anything?
I'm trying to. This is one thing I hate right now too, especially in the time period. I'm trying to build a foundation and really like take off as an artist.
Right.
And I really hate it right now because like I understand people are bored, but when people are bored, they're oversaturating other like talent, if that makes sense. Like I'm not trying to like, gas myself up or nothing, but like what I'm doing right now, people my age specifically, and like all the other people that started during Corona season, they're not about the lifestyle, I suppose. Not like I'm living lavish type shit, just like the dedication, what it takes to like be consistent and evolve and like make better music. So I literally spent $500 on just new equipment because I went from my first song being recorded on my fucking laptop mic to a $40 like USB mic. Yeah. And then I read up on that and like I realized that because of the USB is not getting the same type of audio quality as the analog like plugin. Yeah. So I invested in an interface. And then from that I invested into studio time. So I pay for studio time. Bro, I'm working on a project right now. It has 15 tracks on it. I haven't released in 2 months, 3 months maybe. I made 15. I'm about to put out a whole ass project. Maybe put out a single too.
That's what's up, bro. That shows your grind. You know what I mean? Not a lot of kids our age understand the grind to it. You know what I mean? Gotta hit that. I had recently on this video I'm making for my private channel, my personal channel. Literally took me 7 days to freaking like sort of master Adobe Premiere. You know what I mean? And I spent so many nights up to like 2:00 in the morning trying to learn
that I'm done.
Exactly. Trying to learn just a simple transition or a simple effect to a freaking certain part to a video, which like other people would have just stopped like, all right, I did it one time, I'm not doing it again. And the freaking craziest thing is it crashed on me like 5 times. So I had to keep restarting over and getting back to the same spot I was 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, watching everything disappear. And that's so frustrating, bro.
I understand the feeling because I'm not even using any fancy ass like editing software, bro. I'm using the built-in fucking Windows Movie Maker or whatever the fuck on my laptop to make this loop for a song that I feel like when I put it out is gonna fit like way too perfectly.
Got you, bro.
Because like visuals are nice to something like you don't quite understand. Like it almost like puts you in the same brain or feeling as the artist to kind of guide you to like that same like level of thinking almost.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people I know, especially in Florida, like the past 2.5 years of like me changing is like crazy to a lot of people. Because like no one like when I was in Florida, no one's gonna think I'd wear this, even though to me now this isn't shit. Like this is just a band, whatever. The music I listen to is just music. But like someone will hear that and get genuinely terrified of me because they think I'm like some fucking Satan worshiper or some shit. Like
Right.
like apparently me getting like excited and like really into heavy music is like some form of evil.
It's more. It's just more of how he shows how people don't take time to understand different
They're just
things.
judgmental.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. It's so much. It's so much easier.
And this is the time to see new stuff too. Because I remember Isaac, he used to be heavy hip hop, which he still is, but to see you adventure to another
Genre.
of music,
Exactly, bro.
different.
Yeah, so
Different.
like that just my bad.
No kill.
That just comes with like me trying to explore my own abilities as an artist too, because like my first song was on some like guitar chords, like
Exactly.
just guitar chords alone means you're making some alt rock song. It's just like, bro, it's just an instrument. Fucking
Right.
Jay-Z raps over guitars all the time. Like what is different? It's just mine is just a darker subject matter. That's it.
Exactly.
Doesn't mean I'm emo, doesn't mean all this, but like I'm also excited with my approach to music because it's not necessarily something new, but it is in my way. So I definitely have my inspirations, and it will take a little minute to like kind of venture out into like my own identity.
Right.
But I feel like I've also discovered that pretty early, and that's why I'm like really going hard with music, because I have a really strong feeling that I can at least make a living off this, like a very, very comfortable living off it.
Yeah.
And plus, you young, bruh. This is a time when you start something, it don't even matter if it never blows up in the next 10 years. You young, you have all the time in the world. And when we, live with our parents and we get more infused from our parents, seeing how they had to come up and figure everything out right away, gotta hit that. It's not like that anymore. You know what I mean? And it shouldn't be like that. You should give your child that time to figure out what they want to do. Let them try different things, even if it don't succeed. I remember I was making a video. My mom was like, "Oh, so when you post this video, you're gonna make money off of it?" I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna make a dime
right now.
Give it some time.
I'm not gonna make a dime. This thing right here is not gonna make a dime on tour,
bro. But it's crazy how quickly shit can change.
Exactly that
Bro,
too.
Today, a year from now, you could have 100K. You could be out of the crib. You could be like supporting yourself, doing something that you want to do.
Exactly.
And it's crazy because like it's all about perception, and I mean not perception, perspective.
Yeah.
No one's gonna see what you see in your shoes, in your position. They're just gonna see what you're up to. So like me being quiet for like 2.5 months, even though I was like kind of going hard, even struggling to put out a song, like people think I stopped already. It's just like, yo, how come you haven't sent me any music? It's because like I'm not
Still
going
working
to.
on it.
I'm working on it. Like
Still working on it, bro.
Like I'm tweaking this. Like I'm trying to make this shit sound high quality. Like
Exactly.
I've been practicing screaming, bro. Like I know that sounds funny to y'all, but like I've been going hard on like practicing small pieces to make a better song.
Right.
Like, bro, people that heard my last song, Gluttony, or no, yeah, whatever. They're like surprised. Like I had like a live listening session with a few like my closer friends, and they're like, "Oh, like, yo, this sounds professional. Yo, you sound so good." Blah blah blah. It's just like, "Oh, this needs a little work," but like, they see that potential, and now they're like excited for me because they see what I see. So until you're exposed, or like at least give shit a try or a chance, or like show some type of support, you're not really gonna know. Because like with y'all, like I said, I bought Camron's merch because I'm supportive. I actually do see this going somewhere. I'm trying to take part in Anthony's shit because, I see this going somewhere. Like I enjoy watching y'all. Like
Exactly.
I come home from work, I sit down, I'm having fucking like a whole ass thing of Chinese food. I'm just listening, eating. Like I'm laughing with y'all, like I'm talking to y'all,
Mhm.
but I'm just sitting back watching the video. So that alone should be a sign that like it's just actually enjoyable.
Enjoyable. Exactly.
But I
So
feel like that comes because you know what it is to like try to start something new and just create. So it's like the people that like never created or try to do something, they don't understand the process.
yeah, they don't
we
understand
that
that
we're
like
doing.
that struggle is just, like, especially when you don't want to seem too like needy, like the dickheads and comment sections on Instagram posts. It's just like,
Yeah.
I'm the best 14-year-old rapper out of Louisiana. Come fuck with me, and I'm white. N word. Hard R.
Yeah. Shit, but it's really good. I like this. I like this conversation of just, building. You know what I mean? A lot of people need to learn more about starting something, investing. Even if you don't see it go nowhere, just keep going at it. You never know. Got hit that. I was watching one of the agent podcasts, and he was talking about how got hit that he didn't start blowing up until his 4th year doing it. You know what I mean? And now he living in big houses, but he's seen it. That's
driving that AMG, that nice
exactly
AMG.
Exactly.
Got hit
He's
that.
looking at houses that cost $1 million.
Right?
Right?
I had that, but it started from just freaking seeing something and just wanted to do it and just keep going at it and keep going at it.
Especially with consistency, though. Consistency
Exactly.
matters a lot.
That's another thing with this pod. That's why I was like, everything. That's one thing I told him when I started it. It was just, I just want to be consistent every week. At least have something uploaded every week.
It didn't matter the views.
Just have something uploaded. You know what I mean? Because
this my fault.
No, I was just real quick. I was just seeing people like, I'm not gonna bring up nobody, but I have a friend that had his YouTube channel and it was booming in high school. And then he posts a video like every 4 months, every 5 months. And I was like, bro, you have the subscribers, you have the Instagram followers, you have the support behind you, and you already have the views. If you just keep at it, don't matter how long it takes you. I know you can scrap out 3 hours a day to edit something. You know what I mean? If you keep at it, you can be so much further along with it. You know what I mean?
No, because there's one of my favorite artists, Scarlord. He's from the UK and all that, and but he's one really notable artist besides you guys probably don't know him, but like Omen 13 that like really popularized this fusion of music where it's like really heavy, but they're still rapping, but they have scream ad libs and shit. So like he was just talking about like one of his music videos that really blew him up. He was talking about that like it's all about consistency and it's all about just like putting your all into it on a regular basis. Because like I don't know who said it, but it's like something about like if you shoot one shot and it misses, that's it, and you give up, whatever. But if you shoot 100 shots, like one's bound to hit type shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So like,
There you go. Well, I really like this topic. But I have another thing I wanted to talk to both of y'all about. Meek Mills the other day was in the media the other day, and Cam showed me the video of these kids, coming up to his car, and he bought one of the water bottle from them for like $20, and then all the other kids that was with them, with that one kid, was like, "What about me? I'm with him. Then he told them to split it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as an artist that flexes a lot of money, and then goes takes that, and plus he's in what was he in a Bentley? I think he was in a Bentley.
That boy was in a Rolls Royce.
He was in a Rolls Royce. He pull up to them in the Rolls Royce, rolls down the window, you know what I mean, and then hands one of the kids and bought a bottle of water for $20. But the thing is, he took it, recorded it, and then posted on his social, thinking like it was a good thing. But I wanted to get y'all take on it. My take is like, don't record yourself, doing gestures like this, giving somebody only $20 for a bottle, even though this like they selling it for $1. Got it that you're Meek Mills at the end of the day. You pulled up to those kids. You pulled up to those kids in a whole Rolls Royce, okay? Got it that, and plus those kids are from freaking low down areas, ain't never seen nothing like this before, and know who you are from social media, from the stuff you posted. So you can't, even though to us, if we gave somebody 20, that'd be extreme for a water bottle. But for somebody with millions of dollars, you can't do that. And I was watching, before we even start, I was watching Kevin Hart radio show, and he was talking about this is a clear sign of you're damn if you do and you're damn if you don't. But it's not, though. You set yourself up for that. You could have kept your windows up. You didn't have to record it, but you did all that. You did every single last one, and you recorded it, you wind down your windows, and then you post the video too, knowing what was going on in the situation, knowing that somebody is going to come back and reply to what you did. You know what I mean?
But the way I see it is like, I feel like he gave the kids the $20 so they won't be like it's a handout type thing, like they still gotta work for it type thing. Because I remember it was same situation, but it was the baby this time, and he gave this kid that was selling, I think, candy or chips or whatever, and gave him $100 to do the thing. But with that, the kid can take that and be like, oh, that was a nice gesture, I can do this to re-up again. Or it's gonna be like, oh, if I just stand out here and wait for somebody famous again, I can get money like that. So I feel like Meek, he did that so that you can just know like nothing's like handed to you.
Exactly. But got that it was looking at the kids. Some people, some high power people, like, you know, famous people was looking at the kids like, nigga, you was getting $1 for, you know, water, and he gave you 20 for it. You know what I mean? Y'all niggas, y'all kids need
profit, man.
I just feel like it's more ungrateful than anything, because like you said, he could have kept his windows up and could have kept driving. He could have ignored it. He could have had that Hollywood mindset where like, I came up from here, but I'm not here. I got bread now. I don't gotta worry about them. I gotta worry about me. Exactly. But I just feel like it's fucked up to be like ungrateful in that situation. Because mind you, some car could have cut him off and he just would have turned down that street.
Right.
That could have been avoided entirely, and you wouldn't have the mindset of, why is this man being stingy? This man's loaded. Like, no, he gave you a nice gesture, and like, I don't know, maybe it has something to do with like, I don't know. I just feel like there's too many factors to really say that's just fucked up of him to not give him like a ban for a water bottle. Exactly. It's just like, you paid $1, 20s and fucking, what's it called? Profit. Like,
exactly.
And what if he only had a 20 on him?
Exactly. Like, you know, like rappers really have too much money or not enough money to really carry cash like that. So like, you know.
Got that, but at the end of the day, this is how they get set up. Got that. If you go and you flex all these monies, you know, all this cash on Instagram and stuff, and you see somebody, you see kids and people on the street that, you know, is asking or even selling stuff to you, you hand them this, even though you just seen them on Instagram with hundreds of dollars and freaking wads, you know, flexing
his recent music video with Lil Durk, those were very shiny chains.
That if you have all that and you flex all that, that's what comes with it. And then people, a lot of famous people was looking at it like, oh, they're so crazy. But I'm looking at it as this is what you wanted, basically. Because if you go out and you advertise this kind of stuff and you advertise having this kind of, you know, luxury, you know, people gonna think that first about you, no matter what. God, they gonna think that first about you. If you drive this and you go out to these places, they gonna think of you as that at the end of the day, no matter what. Motherfucking Flo Mainwriter says all the time, nigga, I walk around with $1 million cash on me all the time. He says that. He says that. He says that. He walks around with $1 million on me all the time. I remember when I was younger, I used to watch freaking TV shows and he would come on it with a bag and he'd be like, yo, this is $1 million cash right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That bag comes with them big old security guards. That's always around.
That too. Exactly. That too. that don't forget that too. But the point is, he's walking around with $1 million cash. Now imagine if he's going up to the thing and gave a kid a 20. Got it, Dad.
Scamming people off pay-per-view. That's all you could give me.
Come on now. Now at some point you got to look at it like, nigga, if I'm putting out this kind of image, goddamn, I gotta back it up. If I'm putting out this image, you know what I mean? You can't put out this image on social media and then a nigga see you in person and now you're acting like just like, let me get
it's just weird
example.
Because a lot of social media shit is just a facade though. Like, so like I take all that with a grain of salt. It's just like, it's entertainment. So like if I were to see that person in person, I don't think I'd look at them the same way as the person I'm seeing on my phone. I'd recognize they're just a person type shit.
Exactly.
And like for some reason, I always have interactions with people I follow like all the time on Instagram. So many fucking different artists. Like there's artists I recently discovered that I told them I fuck with their music and they fuck with mine back. And then we're just, now we're associated type shit.
Exactly.
So like, I just see artists as like,
just regular people.
Just regular people. It's just a fucking persona type shit.
I'm not weird when people put celebrities on a higher pedestal. Like they're just human beings with a high paying job.
Yeah. I mean, like it's okay to have role models or like, just.
But I have another example though. I have an example. You know the YouTuber Mr. Beast?
Mr. Beast, no.
Was he a COD YouTuber, GTA YouTuber, something like that?
All right, okay. Mr. Beast, the dude that does the $1 million challenge, or whoever stands on this longer gets the island, whatever.
I think I seen one of the videos. Let me look it up real quick. Mr.
Is he really buff?
No, he's a freaking little tall, he's like 6'1" white dude.
Mr. Bean?
Mr. Beast.
Mr.
Beast. I can't believe y'all don't know who Mr. Beast is. You know who Mr.
I'm
Beast
surprised I don't know who he is. He has 47.
He has 40 million subscribers on YouTube.
I don't know who this is. But what about?
Oh no, who this is?
Oh my god.
Hey, but I know where you're getting at because this man says giant Monopoly game with real money.
Exactly. In his videos, he tells you if you ever see him in person and you show that you're subscribed to him, he'll give you $1,000. He says that.
That boy stay in the house all day.
No, it's not even that though. When he records videos, gotta hit that. When you record videos, right? When he records videos, sometimes there was literally one of the videos. This one of the daughters saw him through the camera at a red light, came out, took a picture, and he asked her, "Are you subscribed?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm subscribed." And then she showed her, and then he gave her $1,000. She was like, "Here you go, $1,000." And I was looking at him because he advertised that on his YouTube channel. That's his whole premise of his YouTube channel, is giving away mad money. Literally, a couple months ago, he gave away $1 million for winning these challenges. The other day, he gave away last to stay on his island wins the island, and it was a $700,000 island. You know what I mean? So his whole premise behind his, his fame is giving away a whole bunch of money. You know what I mean? And he doesn't. I never go on his Instagram and see him flex it, but he gives it away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I look at celebrities like Meek Mills and those people that has millions, and then you give somebody a 20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come
Yeah,
on now.
But it's like when it's like that, it basically goes back to, are you like obligated to give back at one point? Because when it comes to celebrities, it's always like, oh, what are they doing for charity? What are they doing for charity though?
I get it, but this is my thing, Johnny. That goes out the window once you post it. Once you post that on your social media, all that goes out the window. If you're obligated or not is before you even talk about it, even before you even record it. That's when you can decide whether you're obligated or not. But once you record it and then show your fans what you're doing, come on now.
You know what that makes me think about? I think it happened last year. Blueface, he was I think he was in California probably, and he was on top of a car and he was throwing money up and having this regular people get the money. People in the comments were just saying, "Oh, I just would have just handed it to him," and it was like,
I gotta hit that. Damn if you do, damn if you won't. At the end of the day, bro.
Yeah, exactly. The same thing on the same money topic. Recently I think Cardi B, she went on Twitter and she was like, "Dang, should I buy this 88,000 bag?" Like, is at one point should we stay in rich people's business when it comes to what they're spending their money on?
That's the point. They put it on their social, so now you're telling your fans what you're doing. Exactly. You know what I mean? If you kept it out your social, they wouldn't know what you exactly. Why? Like the other day when her 1-year-old turned one, when her first turn, they bought the 1-year-old Birkin bag. Why is you putting that on your social? And then now people is obligated. It's their choice now. You can't stop them from criticizing it because now it's out in the world. Exactly. You can't stop them. That's my point.
You can't say you're in my business because your business.
You're putting it out there. It's out there. Why is you posting what you're buying if it's and then you have a problem with them coming back to you about it?
Exactly.
All that goes out the window once you post it. You can't. That's kind of hypocritical. You're being a hypocrite. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Speaking of shit that does not involve you at all.
Yeah. But one thing I want to talk about. Got hit that what's that boy name? Floyd Mayweather is coming back out of retirement once again to fight Logan Paul. I'm kind of scared.
No,
I'm sorry. An image of Nate just laid out, just popped in my head.
Well, I don't know why. It'll be so hilarious if Paul wins. Like, just imagine if that happens. That'd be freaking hilarious. It wouldn't be good for black people.
Dog.
I'm not gonna lie. I sent some serious racial undertones after I see that fight.
Dog. If Mayweather lose, this is gonna be very bad for the culture. And it's gonna be really bad. One of the greatest fighters of all time losing to an internet sensation. I don't give a fuck how old he is. I don't give a fuck how old he is.
He's one of their career.
I think he's 50-0. Is he 50-0 or 51-0? He's one of the two. He never lost a fight.
Let me see.
He never lost a fight. And then if you fight Logan Paul, come out of crowd and fight him and lose. After Nate, what happened to Nate Robinson, and then Floyd Mayweather comes and lose. This is gonna be very bad for the culture. And another thing I want to say real quick. Exactly. That's tough. Another thing I want to say real quick is I was watching this interview on the Logan Paul, his podcast, and he was talking about he said, I have a legit chance. He said, I'm twice his size. I am twice as less his age. I'm half his age, basically.
Yeah.
One punch, if one of my punches connect, I can knock him out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he has a legit argument, bro. Because how tall Floyd Mayweather is, like what, 5'10"?
Let me go to the research department.
It's like a fact check.
I'll look at what's his name?
Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Logan Paul is 6'2".
Mayweather.
Yo, why do I think he was like 5'7"?
No, Logan Paul is 6'2".
Mayweather is 5'8", and that's my height.
Exactly. 5'8".
That's my height.
5'8". Then let me guess, his wingspan is not that long compared to fucking Logan Paul wingspan. That's 6'2".
43 years old.
And Logan Paul is like what, 24?
I think so. Let me see.
Come on now.
His wingspan is 6 feet.
Damn.
Come on now. Got that? I am very fearful. Got that? I'm looking at it. I'm gonna watch it. Gotta hit that. I know how to get it. I'm not gonna expose my business, but I know how to get it. Yeah. Well, I'll watch it. I watched Nate Robinson get knocked out live.
But you know what's crazy? The numbers came out to see how much he got paid, and they both got paid like $600,000. So I was like, would you take that $600,000?
Get embarrassed for the rest of your life.
He called them out.
I know, which is the sad part.
Motherfucker, you called them out. You called him out after his fight that he won. Oh. He won a fight. He I don't know if he knocked the dude out, but he won the fight. And then after his fight, you called him out. Come on now. Like, and you underestimated him as well? Come on, dog. Come on, man.
We might just have to get the cavalry. We have to get like Mike Tyson by his ear off or something.
But low key, this might be a very good thing though with the Floyd Mayweather thing, because I think he's the one owning this fight. He's not going through pay-per-view through this fight. I think he's the one owning it and streaming his own thing. And what's crazy is this is very smart because Logan Paul has a big following on Instagram across the platform. He got millions and millions of followers. Plus Floyd Mayweather's combined, that's automatic at least a million people watching.
Exactly.
So that's at least 1 million people paying for the fight, at least. You know what I mean? Counting the other people that might get it bootlegged or whatever. But
not to call anyone out or anything.
At least 1 million people is paying for that, bro.
When's the fight supposed to be?
February. It's gonna be February 10th, I think. I'm not sure. I gotta look at it. But it's at least 1 million people gonna pay for it, bro. And I'm just looking at the revenue they're gonna get from it, and that's all theirs.
Exactly. I don't like how these fights are happening so quick. But when I think Soulja Boy and Chris Brown they wanted the box, that never happened. So it's like
Yo,
it wasn't relevant, bro. And plus, Chris Brown wasn't even with it. He didn't care. I don't even remember how to win.
I'll take Chris Brown in that fight.
I don't remember how that shit went, but this is a different time. And plus, the only reason why these are so quick, we forget another thing. Guy hit that Logan Paul been called out Mayweather long time ago before Jake even fought Nate Robinson. He been called out for Mayweather. Okay.
You think if Mayweather wins, Nate Robinson's okay?
No, that's over. That's over. Guy hit that one. Snoop Dogg said it best. You can't play two things. You can't play bumping and you can't play with this pimping.
MJ in baseball.
Exactly.
Oh, I want to get in that conversation real quick. That'll be our last topic. Guy hit that. Isaac, I know you watch basketball. Cam, you watch basketball well. I wanted to get your point of it. A lot of old heads, called Jordan the GOAT because he never lost in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
And, LeBron lost 6 times in the finals or whatever. I'm looking at it as I am sorry, that my GOAT won playoff games. You know what I mean? You ever thought about that? Has everybody ever thought and sat and was like, damn, are we really penalizing this man for winning playoff games? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
At some point, you got to realize, like, oh my God, this man went to 8 straight finals. Never took a break.
The thing old heads don't put in there too is like he did it with so many different teams. With Michael Jordan's point, it's like I hope so. That team chemistry is out of this world.
Exactly. Gotta hit that. Michael Jordan played for one team and had a hell of a GM. We forget that he had a hell of a GM. Gotta hit that. While LeBron played for multiple teams.
Did you see the Cavs team when they went against the Spurs?
He never had. That's another thing. He never had a Hall of Famer until he went to freaking the Miami Heat.
Exactly.
If you ever notice, anytime LeBron had a Hall of Famer on his team, he won the championship.
Well, almost.
Yeah.
Because
he won with Kyrie.
Kyrie, probably.
Well,
yeah, future.
You got to remember that bust of a Cavs team with D Rose, fucking Wade.
No, but that was a bunch of old has-beens and D Wade's not.
I thought that team was supposed to be lit. That team gave me the same vibes when Dwight Howard, Steve Nash, and Kobe was on the same team. I was like, oh snap, that thing about to be crazy. Nope.
Nice. No. Got hit that. If you looked at that team,
someone got to edit in that clip of Draymond saying nope.
Yeah, I will go get that shit. But then, if you look at it though, if you looked at that team, it was a bunch of old people. Guy that Braid was about to retire. He literally retired next year. Freaking D Rose didn't know what he wanted to do with his life at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he didn't pick up till like the season after.
Exactly. He kept getting injured. He's like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I know. And then freaking with Isaiah Thomas, guy, that motherfucker was 5'9". When he was with the Celtics, how the Celtics built around him hide the fact that he was not 5'9". Because if you looked how the Celtics played when he was on it, he didn't play defense. He was just the dude that swiped at the ball and tried to go. No,
I never seen that before. The closest thing to that was Jeremy Lin when he was hot in New York, and then freaking Isaiah Thomas. He was hot for that one season.
Exactly, but that's because of Mike D'Antoni.
But Lin's sanity was way shorter.
Way shorter. Motherfucking King of the fourth quarter was longer.
It was kind of Melo's fault, but it's whatever.
But that's crazy. I never seen like how that happened so quick. Like they're a good player and then it's like dropped so quick.
And another thing is because of injuries. Motherfucking Isaiah Thomas just got off an injury. D Rose was injured. Fucking
prone to injury.
And then next you know, J.R. Smith was freaking with the bipolar stuff talking about why I gotta come off the bench. Because it's D Wade here now, nigga. What are you talking about? Are you D Wade? Are you D Wade?
Yo, JR's about to have a field day with Bronny Jr. and shit because they're not testing for marijuana no more.
But you gotta hit that, bro. If you look at it, bro, like, dude, LeBron has so much different teams and still made it there.
I
His
wonder how many
team was
NBA players have come to the games high. You think anybody will come to the game high?
They
Mike
all
Tyson
do.
was fighting high.
But it was a tie though. He didn't even win.
I feel like they already knew that was gonna happen. Like there was like, hey, y'all don't know draw this game.
Yo, they told him right before he went in the range.
Yo,
just like, going to my car.
Got hit that freaking Vegas, the freaking betting scene. What? Finesse so much people pockets. Finesse so much people pockets.
Everybody they don't need a stimulus check.
Yo, everybody was like, this year.
Money.
They did just say a tie. Did I just lose all my money? Did I just lose all my money? Hey, Vegas was like this here.
He has the Birdman hands. He's just walking in.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Come on now. That's finesse, bro. But going back to the topic with LeBron, got that you can't penalize a dude for making it there.
Exactly.
Plus, Jordan took breaks. LeBron never took a break. Every single year.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Also, I just hate when people are comparing greatness, though.
Exactly. That's another thing. They love saying you never seen Jordan play. Well, damn it, you never seen Kareem play. And damn it, the people who came up when Kareem era
I'm not gonna lie, LeBron was fucking up back then though too.
Bro, that was my thing. I was thinking every player in the NBA now is way better than NBA players in the 80s.
I'd be thinking about that
because
they adapt. Come on now. Got that they adapt, bro. Everybody.
But not. It also goes back to like how we was talking about with the technology with our parents.
Exactly.
They were exposed to greater skills off rip. Their parents that had hoop dreams that didn't make it, they was working their son's ass off so you could go to the league type shit.
Exactly.
Or just like, in general, kids are exposed to fucking videos to practice. They have like apps to work on their shooting that shows like their percentages, their shot charts and all that shit. Like, I'm sure they even tells them how to fix their fucking form and posture while shooting. Like,
but you know, is another thing though, before we even get off that topic, another thing is it's more extreme now than it was back in the 90s and the 80s with basketball. And my point is, nowadays you have freaking AAU traveling, you have high school, they have personal trainers.
There's kids tryharding when they're 5 years old at basketball.
Exactly. They have freaking personal trainers, they have all that. Back in the 90s and the 80s, that wasn't even heard of. They wasn't working on all this kind of stuff. You literally were just going to go play, and then if you was fucking athletic,
especially if you wanted to pursue the league, you had no type of exposure. The only exposure you had was that once in a lifetime fucking scout going in your gym, and you have to show out. Exactly. If you fuck up that one time, your career is done. You might as well start.
Now there's always a camera. There's literally always a camera, and I'm looking. Go ahead.
You finish. You know what's crazy? We're not used to be like seeing Kevin Garnett and Kobe when they're drafted out of high school. I was like, I never understood that. But when I'm like in high school and I see the age 18 getting drafted from high school to the NBA, that is crazy.
Mm-hmm. You forget overseas, motherfuckers playing at the age of 16 with grown men. Motherfucking Luka Doncic was 17. Luka Doncic,
Kobe.
It's like Luka Doncic was 17 years old and won freaking, I don't remember what league he was in, but won the freaking MVP of the finals and the league MVP.
Bro, even a recent example with fucking LaMelo. This man didn't even fucking, like, what do you skip? College ball, high school ball?
He skipped high school. Yeah. He skips college.
And he started playing international or overseas type shit.
Yeah, the NBL. Like, come on now.
And he was dominating too. So, like, it's no surprise that he went second in draft or third, whatever.
Exactly.
Come on against grown men.
Grown men.
And dominating with this weird anorexic ass body movement.
I'm done, bro. But the last thing I want to talk about, shout out to LeVar Ball. That's another thing. Shout out to him. All 3 of his sons in the league.
Michael Jordan in 1v1.
All 3 of his sons in the league. Exactly. I don't care what you say about him.
We need to give him his credit, his flowers.
He freaking did it.
Is LiAngelo on a
Detroit
G League team?
No, he's played for Detroit Pistons. He plays for the active team.
So he got
picked up. Yes, he was in practice.
That's actually fire. I mean, like I said, shit can change because like a year and a half ago, this man was, his dreams are done for still in the Gucci store.
Exactly. Come on now. Guy did that. He freaking did it. He did it. At the end of the day, you got to go like this here. Got to get him his props. He did it. Come on now. Exactly. And he knows the gangsterest thing he did when Lonzo was getting drafted, he said he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna have a hat saying I told you so when my other son gets into the league."
Yeah. That was
He
crazy.
had his hat when his other son got drafted that says "I told you so" on it. Come on,
I just seen a Jimmy High Roller fucking video about that.
Come on.
Hey, that talk about picking the right mate. That boy hit that. Oh, she's 6'2". Yeah, I got that.
Yes. And didn't care what nobody say. Didn't care if it was
Good
a white
ass
woman.
genetics.
Doesn't care if it was a white woman. He's like, "You're athletic. I breed boys. We're gonna make this work." Hey, he's fucking at it, bro. But yeah, got today. I got anything you want to talk about, bro? I'm about to wrap it up.
I think that's about it. We'll talk about James Harden going to the strip club, probably another podcast.
Another podcast, exactly, dog. I want to ask you, Isaac, one more time. Got hit that. You want to promote anything? Anything you got going on?
I'm working on a project. I don't know. It's not an EP because it's like fucking 15 tracks.
Right.
That might change. I'm working on a project called Abyss. I could show you 2 potential covers for it because I'm indecisive and I don't know what.
Oh, snap exclusive. You heard it here first, people.
First review.
So
Hey, we got exclusive content, Cam.
So this is one that I want to put out.
Got you.
That's one cover. I'll send y'all a proper image, but I don't know. A bunch of people says it looks like a vinyl.
Yeah,
It
just send.
wasn't a
I'll
vinyl.
put it in. I'll put it into the part.
And then there's this.
Got you.
We'll
Got you.
put it in there. Where can we hear your music at, Isaac? We put it in the description.
You can catch me on SoundCloud and YouTube. Right now, I'm working on ways mostly for the project. I don't think I'm gonna post any other shit, but I'm trying to distribute it on like Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, fucking whatever. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Got you, bro.
Shout out to Tidal.
Shout out to Tidal.
Hey, Gam, I know you got some new shirts, bro. I know you got some new shirts.
Volume 3 is out, peoples.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Where they can buy some at? Where they can get it from, bro?
DM me if you need a t-shirt or a hoodie.
Got you, bro. Don't say more. Well, that has been episode 1. Has been episode 1 or 8 of the Next Up podcast, or the No Name at this point podcast.
The Untitled podcast. The Untitled Unmastered podcast.
Exactly. Got hit
You better
that.
be like Kendrick's EP. Had no titles on it.
Got hit that. This has been another episode. Got hit that. I see you the same time, same place. Please.